With our top story, Senegal's President-elect Bassirou Diomaye Faye is vowing to fight corruption, rebuild institutions and unite the country as he prepares to assume office. His election victory Sunday follows a political crisis sparked by outgoing President Macky Sall's failed attempt to postpone the vote. VOA Nairobi Bureau Chief Mariama Diallo is in Dakar and has the story.
In his first public address, Senegalese President-elect Bassirou Diomaye Faye thanked his supporters and pledged to bring solutions to some of the problems he says his country is facing.
Je m'engage à gouverner avec humilité.
I will govern with humility and in transparency, the president-elect said, adding, I will work to get rid of corruption in all sectors and will work toward rebuilding our institutions. Faye said it's time to bring calm to the country after outgoing President Macky Sall tried to postpone the February elections until December, plunging the country into a brief political crisis.
La réconciliation nationale et la
He said the country needs national reconciliation and rebuilding our fundamental ways of living together. The pre-electoral crisis we lived through, he said, cost some people their lives and many were jailed. We hope to turn the page and reconcile people's hearts and the Senegalese people. Sunday's official election results have not yet been published, but Faye's supporters say they are satisfied with what they have seen so far. One supporter, Nyanya Fati, says, we were hoping to win with over 70% in the first round, but it seems like we are 57%. It's only preliminary numbers, she adds. We hope the final number will be higher. Another Faye supporter, Sayer Kebe, says, we lived through a moment that almost pushed Senegal into chaos. But thank God everything is back in place now. We had a transparent presidential election. Earlier at the ruling party's coalition headquarters, Amadou Ba, the coalition lead candidate who lost the election to Faye, told reporters about a conversation he had with the president-elect.
Je lui souhaite
Ba said, I wish him success and may God accompany him as he carries out his various missions and goals for our glorious nation and for the well-being of our population. As Ba's supporters try to digest their candidate's loss in the first round that saw 17 candidates vying for the top job, tensions of the last few months seem to be fading away and being replaced by the hope that Senegal's reputation as a beacon of democracy in the region will soon be restored. Mariama Diallo, VOA News, Dakar, Senegal.
A South African court has dismissed the ruling party's case, demanding that an opposition party be deregistered and banned from participating in the upcoming election. The Electoral Court said today the ruling African National Congress's party's objection to the Mkhonto weSizwe's party's registration process had no merit. Former South African President Jacob Zuma, who headed the country from 2009 to 2018 and was removed amid wide-ranging allegations of corruption, left the ANC in December and is now leading the MK party. The May 29th elections are expected to be highly contested, with the ANC under pressure to remain in power following declining support in successive elections.
Former Somali Presidents Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo and Sharif Sheikh Ahmed are showing rare unity as the country debates how to write its new constitution. On Saturday, they converged in Kigalowe town, the capital of Puntland, one of the Somali's federal member states. The two former leaders held meetings with Puntland President Saidi Abdullahi Deni and other politicians, including legislators from bicameral parliament in Mogadishu. The move was significant, especially since they were on opposing sides during the 2022 presidential election in Somalia. In fact, they hadn't agreed on anything since 2017 when Farmajo became president. After the meeting, Farmajo and Ahmed issued a 9-point statement on Sunday expressing firm opposition to current Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. They blame his administration of initiating changes to the provisional constitution without consulting. Since 2012, the bicameral federal parliament has been debating the first 4 chapters of the provisional constitution to amend sections in line with inputs submitted by the government. The 2 ex-presidents, however, see a faulty process being used in reviewing the constitution that could lead to fragmentation of the national unity. The 2 leaders' statement emphasized the importance of keeping national unity and government integrity. They claim that some kind of manipulation is being used by the administration to push the legislative to amend the constitution using input from a select group of politicians. They said, "We urge the lawmakers to stand united and resist making unlawful changes to the constitution." The statement outlined, insisting that a constitution is a social contract. Further, the former presidents poured scorn on Mohamud for not honoring an area agreement predestined to solve the tensions between federal government and Puntland. Denny, who had skipped several meetings of the National Consultative Council, a gathering of the leaders of the 2 levels of Somalia's government, urged President Mohamud manipulating the legal review for personal achievement.